The Bankers Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria has urged Nigerians and foreign investors to remain calm as it works out on a framework for a flexible exchange regime. This is expected to help ease the country's exchange rate difficulties. Analysts say the Naira is expected to trade cautiously as currency traders and investors await clarity from the CBN on its latest foreign exchange policy.
Accordingly, Monetary Policy Committee decided that the bank should embrace some level of flexibility in the foreign exchange market. Given the imperative for growth, the management of the CBN has been mandated by the MPC to work out the modalities for achieving the desired flexibility that is in the overall interest of the Nigerian economy, and the implementation of the new framework would begin.
When Central Bank Governor Godwin Emefiele made that announcement at the last Monetary Policy Committee meeting, business owners in Nigeria as well as foreign investors heaved a sigh of relief. This was owing to the imbalance of the Naira against the dollar on the parallel market. And Nigeria's Apex Bank had come under intense pressure to address the exchange rate imbalance. It's been close to 3 weeks now since that announcement was made, but the CBN is yet to release the guidelines for the new forex policy. This has unsettled investors who are worried about getting caught in the middle of a devaluation. In fact, the CBN's delay has increased speculation on the Nigerian currency. The Naira has been unstable in the black market, moving from 320 when the announcement was made to 368, which is the current rate. And the rate is still going up. This is against the official rate of 197 Naira on the interbank market. Demand for the dollar has also increased amidst growing scarcity.
And then two gentlemen.
In a bid to calm fears, the Bankers Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria, at its latest meeting in Abuja, has now moved to assure businesses and investors that the framework for the flexible exchange regime is being worked out.
The central bank has been working on this for some time, and a lot of inputs have been received. As you know, some other jurisdictions have also implemented the flexible exchange rate model. Some of them have done it very, very well, and others are still fine-tuning what they have done. In the case of Nigeria, we want to make sure that we come up with a model that is very robust and very comprehensive, that will be able to address the major exchange rate issues that we've been dealing with. To this extent, we have gotten a lot of inputs from various stakeholders, and these inputs are being distilled with a view of getting a very robust flexible exchange rate model. I believe that in a very short while, the framework is going to be ready.
The bank has also emphasized the need for better financial inclusion rates in the country, as well as financial literacy.
Financial inclusion is something that's very, very important to the economy today. If you recall, in the last Bankers Committee, we spoke about the rate of exclusion. As at today, we have a financial inclusion rate of 60.5%. And you recall that the target is that by 2020, we should have 80% of the population included. So the central bank has agreed targets with commercial banks and also microfinance banks. And by the end of this year, 2016, we hope and are working towards increasing the inclusion rate by 8%.
It's important for people to be better educated, to better understand what is happening in the financial world. We felt that it is important to engage the media, to help the media raise its own level of financial understanding, so that the public at large will be able to also improve its own level of financial understanding and financial literacy, which will enable us, from a communicating perspective, get balanced perspectives into the public space.
In spite of the assurances by the Bankers Committee, international investors and domestic firms remain anxious about the specific plan of the CBN on the forex flexibility policy. Nigeria, which is Africa's biggest economy, is facing its worst economic crisis in decades as a result of the fall in crude oil prices and the 2015 introduction of a currency peg that triggered investors to flee the country. A further delay by the CBN may have devastating blow on the Nigerian economy.